Hi everyone, welcome to another special edition of Voice of Evidence podcast, where you will be inspired, informed, and influenced. I'm Abigail Boites, and I'm here with my co-host, Dr. Jason Lamarca.
Hi everyone.
Today we're going to talk about guts. Greatness under tremendous stress. And no one knows that better than a decorated Navy SEAL, Brian Iron Ed Heiner. Am I saying that correctly?
You're right. Yeah, it's perfect.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great having you.
I'm really excited to interview you here and to be the voice of evidence of the week. So you want to ask the first question?
No, I mean, you're welcome to. Basically, we'd like to know is tell us a little bit about your book, what inspired you to write the book, and also what does it take to once you've set that goal and had that dream, what does it take to actually achieve it?
Well, that's all in the book. But no, my first book, First Fast and Fearless, is about leadership. But this book, I was working on another topic called the I in Team. Don't know why I steal it. And McGraw-Hill, that was the book I was going to do. But 2016, I think I had probably had some life issues, if you would. Mm-hmm. I think PTSD, massive issues to me. It's altered my life. And I started redesigning myself, my own life. And Guts is what that's about. And it's me kind of building my life back, if you would. And it's about, I went back to what I did, because I think I was talking earlier, when I retired from the military, it was always on a team, and I'd already been always around people and had a purpose, and I kind of lost my purpose. Mm-hmm. And Guts actually was where I started redesigning and going back to what I used to do. I use a lot of principles that I use in the SEAL teams. We used to train, as a training officer, I trained SEALs. And I just went back to those principles and retrained myself. And
can you share with us maybe a couple snippets about what were those mental exercises like?
Well, one, you gotta stop awfulizing. Okay, I think one of the things with post-traumatic stress is that there's an awfulizing, of ruminating, if you will, this nasty narrative or movie in your head that once you get stuck into that, it continues through the night, to the day, to the night, to the day. And you just really started learning, language discipline and getting that image out of your head, getting those ideas and ruminations. I call it awful. Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit about the movie in your head?
Well, I think everyone, when you have traumatic incidents in your life, a lot of people have in their lives. And for me, it just seemed to stick in my brain, and this never stopped. 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Replay?
Yeah, kind of a replay thing. And then I found myself, just falling out of order with it. And wait a minute, I got to take control of this because I'm accountable. It's my life. And I just went back to some of the stuff I used to do. And I think it's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And did you notice it yourself right away, or was it others, loved ones, family members, friends?
Yeah, my wife knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually stayed at someone's house for a while because I was so paranoid. At one point, I heard voices at night. And I thought people were in my house, and I'm walking around at 2 o'clock in the morning. And my wife's like, something's wrong with you. So, yeah. But I started, I really went back to working out and really hard. I used physical fitness, diet, mental exercises to kind of get myself back in it. I call it a chassis, right? You got to have sleep. You got to eat well. You got to work out. And you have to be a part of the physical world.
So you created a regimen that you stayed within.
Yeah. And now I actually train kids with the same principles. I stopped being a business consultant for the most part, and I work full-time with kids of trauma in a foster youth care system in San Diego.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's accredited now as a high school extracurricular credit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love it.
That's super awesome. So I coach a lot of people, and the most common thing that gets in people's way of success is fear. Mm-hmm. How did you overcome it?
Well,
good question.
It is a good question. It's actually, how do you inoculate yourself in some sense to it, right? The first time I jumped out of an airplane, I was petrified. The 500th time I jumped out, I was asleep before I jumped out, right? I was nervous. And, we get kids, and I bring anyone, I can help people inoculate themselves to any kind of fear you have. And it's just slowly doing things. Getting back into a regimen, because discipline actually helps reduce fear. You know, if you have discipline and a routine, if you will. With the kids, I get them up public speaking. People fear public speaking more than anything, right? I mean,
Yeah, me too.
well, they do. I mean, one of the things is they say is you'd rather be in the box than giving the eulogy. Right?
Yeah. It's paralyzing.
Yeah,
It really
people are
is.
paralyzed. You know, and I was the same way. I'm a professional speaker, and the first time I spoke in front of about 1,000 people, I almost had a heart attack. I thought I was like, "Oh my God," because I'm used to living in the shadows.
The panic.
Right.
And now I don't care. You know, it's kind of exhilarating. It's kind of fun. But just that inoculation, getting positive feedback, changing what you think, how your mind works, because you know every thought you have comes from words that you have, which creates emotions and those actions. And you just have to have a discipline. It's just small things.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I did public speaking, I had the same experience, and it wasn't until the 50th or the 100th time that you realize they're not against me. They actually want to hear what I have to say.
They want to hear it.
These
That's
are
right.
friends. These aren't people against you.
Right.
But the first time you get up there, it's scary as hell.
That's right.
Wow. So let me ask you a quick question, not to sideline you, but so while you're experiencing all these things, and you formulated a plan that you're now executing, and you're getting yourself on track, where was the impetus of writing the book?
Well, for me, it just kind of came out. I wanted to pass it on to people because you can hear it in people's voices and people's lives and just watch them. Fear is debilitating to people. Yeah. Everyone has fears. I mean, if you look at just the antidepressant, right? About a third of Americans are on antidepressants. And you know, why is that? Why is society the way it is? And I just thought to myself, I have to share this with some people. Actually, my first pitch was to a guy named Tony Robbins. Oh, yeah. I went to one of his big events, and he and I were linked up. I was actually trying to create a transition process for veterans coming out. He didn't quite go for it yet, but
keep trying. He's a reasonable dude.
Yeah, well, I got him on the email right now.
Very good guy.
Yeah, he's a very good guy. Yeah. But I wanted to try to work with veterans, which I'm still probably going to do. But I thought this is a good message to get out because a lot, especially with COVID, with the stuff with this COVID stuff going on, people are freaking out and
definitely
in isolation. And
we got a whole generation of kids now that don't know how to manage.
Yeah.
It's frightening. It really is. Yeah. We've never been tied down like this before. This nation has never seen this. Not in anybody's lifetime, anyway.
No, not our lifetime. No.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing.
So, guts is greatness under tremendous stress. Where can we find the book?
Well, you can't find it yet, but you can go. It's on Amazon right now. It's in pre-order, but it's not coming out until April. It was supposed to be out January 1st, but COVID pushed everything back. Okay. You know, all the editors, you know, in LA or in New York State in their apartments. And if she's listening right now, no, you can go online. Yeah.
That's great. I can't wait to read it. It sounds amazing.
Oh,
actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I guess what would be the lesson that you can tell everyone as part of your learning experience to?
Yeah. What's our take home?
Well, yes.
You can always grow. Nothing's fixed. Right. Everything in the book I talk about evolutions. And in SEAL teams, for instance, everything we do, jumping, diving, shooting, whatever it is, we call it evolutions because it's building that language discipline into your mind to think that I'm never there, right? I'm always evolving, always growing. It's a growth mindset, if you would. But it's wherever you're at in your life, that's where you're at. But you can always get better and you can always improve. And it's not magic. I mean, people think, well, SEALs, you guys are like superhuman and stuff. But it's step-by-step things. It's really simple stuff. Mm-hmm. And in a book I call myself the blue-collar scholar. Right?
That's awesome.
I love poetry, you know, I love philosophy, I love sciences, but I'm not an expert in any of those. But I try to blend those all together. And how do you take that and use it into your life and actually turn that wrench in your own life to make a change in your life?
It makes perfect sense to me.
Absolutely. So really it's about knowing your failure, right? But press forward.
Yeah.
Embracing it. Right?
Embracing, always improving.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
don't be afraid of the things that are.
Yeah. Some of us basically were really scared of something that's not even there. It doesn't exist.
It's true.
So.
Can't beat ourselves up forever. It's just not right.
No.
You're not going to move anywhere forward if you do.
That's right.
Thank you very much for
absolutely. This was a pleasure.
And,
thank you.
I can't wait to read the book.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So, yeah, that's it. And
well, thanks for having me.
It's in Amazon, right? So
It's on
going
Amazon
to
right now.
Amazon and
Yes.
when it's
Okay,
going
good.
to
So
go
we can
live?
pre-order on that.
Pre-order? Yeah, we should pre-order.
At least 1,000 copies.
And hey, there you go. And maybe Audible's coming soon.
I don't know.
That's up to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be looking for it.
Is there any social media? Do you have a website? Those kinds of things.
Well, edheiner.com. I also have Asymmetrical Evolution. That's my newest organization with the kids. So you can go to Asymmetrical Evolution. The website is myphd.me. Coming soon.
myphd.me.
Yeah, that's what we give the kids when kids graduate.
Me, I like that. So, are you thinking franchise? Maybe
Yeah,
you're gonna move it around the United States.
Oh yeah,
and maybe world.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it
electronic.
a lot.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.